Dude, I don't know how to react to this run. I feel like I'm in shock more than anything, even though I feel like this should have been a long time coming. So this is a 9-minute speedrun, right? It's my best ranked run ever. My previous best was 11 minutes the same day, and then I PB'd with a 10-minute run and then a 9-minute run. So I was cooking today, and I feel like that's shown even just by the mechanics of me getting into the door. But the only thing on my mind right now is, wow, I have 18 iron from a shipwreck. I don't know what the max is, but oh, look at that. We have 20 now. I think the max is 21 or something ridiculous like that. So I'm going to be able to make iron doors, which is super hype. I don't have to mine as many logs, you know, there's a little time save there. But the downside is I find whenever I get into this situation of, ooh, I can make iron doors, I just forget to craft a bucket. So let's see if we craft a bucket here. We got our wood. I almost craft another crafting table, struggle a little bit to make our boat. But we do get our bucket, so we're sitting all good. I don't know how far behind our opponent is. Our opponent is also H2 Stir. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I'm going to be real with you guys. History 2A4. We'll just call him H2. So H2 has gotten... Actually, I don't know where H2 is. I feel like, was there an advancement? Oh yeah, look at that. So they've just gotten hot stuff. They're building their nether portal. I'm building my nether portal. We're pretty on par. But I make a bit of a mistake and decide to build my portal over by the edge of this magma ravine, meaning I have no lava, so I have to do some portal surgery here, and I'm not the greatest surgeon. I mean, I can get stuff done, but you probably wouldn't want me to replace your knee or something. In speedrunning terms, it just takes a little bit to get this portal together, but we do get it eventually, and we're entering the nether at like 150-ish, almost on the dot, 150. So I lost a good few seconds to making that portal, but that is totally made up by this nether. Look at that. This is glorious. This is what you want to see in a speedrun. Fortress to my left. What's the word? Bastion in front of me. I'm struggling to talk. I think that's the appropriate tier for this nether. So good that you forget what a bastion is called. We're entering a treasure bastion, which is probably the scariest bastion to enter, aside from the fact I almost died to that lava fall. But we're above, and it's kind of a weird angle, so I kind of gotta chuck this gold to distract these guys. We go down. I thought somebody was gonna murder me, but nope, they were fully distracted by the gold. I have a heart attack here. Have to block clutch. We're safe though. We're good. No real huge time losses at this point. Our opponent is also in the bastion, so I gotta go speedy. Try to make up some ground. And speaking of speedy, I think I gotta talk about some fridges. Yes, sorry, that was an awful transition. Oh my gosh, I just remember in my last speedrun, I try to, like, when I'm in the bastion routing, just talk about my life, and people like, rare moment of Parker not talking about his life while he was in the bastion. So here we go. I think I got a lot of comments actually saying, like, we need an update on this fridge story, backstory. I just bought a house for the first time, which is crazy, very awesome. But I needed a fridge because I kind of want some refrigerated food, you know, to be able to survive and whatnot. So 2 days ago, I was like, today's the day I'm going to get my fridge. I planned it all out. I was going to wake up at like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, go for a run, then head off to go buy the fridge. And then it was 11 o'clock, and I hadn't done that. I mean, I've been fairly productive in the day. I think I worked out, and sorry, I'm clicking my pen in the background, kind of jittering. From what I remember, I was just editing a video for basically that entire morning. But the point is, I hadn't gone out to get the fridge, and it was now 11 o'clock. And if I've learned anything from becoming more of an adult over the past couple of years, it's if you think something is going to take an hour, it's going to take at least 2 hours. And I was planning for that, so I went down to the fridge store, patent pending term, at like 11 o'clock, and it was kind of cool, kind of fun. I feel like when I think back on my first couple of adult experiences, oh my gosh, I just chucked my string off. That was the biggest throw. Anyways, when I think back to my first couple of adult experiences, I was like so not as confident as I was in that fridge store. Like, I asked all the questions. I didn't really care what people thought of me, and it was kind of cool to just think about like how much of an adult I've become. I don't really know if that makes sense. I want to pause the story for a second, though. Let's just admire this pearl. I saw the spawner in the background. I hit the spawner. I'm nailing it. I'm like Xylonox in the world record. Not really, but I'm still very hyped about it. With the fridge, though, I wasn't really sure if I was... Like, I'm not a very good barterer, or, like... I basically had never bought a fridge before, so I wasn't sure if I was going to be, like, getting scammed and they're going to be, like, selling me, like, the most expensive fridge, or I'm just going to be getting a crappy fridge. I had no idea what was going on. But I talked to like the fridge lady, the fridge lady, I guess, somebody who was telling me about all of the fridges. I picked one out. It took like 15 minutes, which was very surprising. I thought it was going to take a lot longer, but I think I asked questions good. At the end of the day, I think it took so short because, like, I mean, a fridge is a fridge. They're all going to keep food cold, you know, so it doesn't really matter, and that's kind of the mindset I went into it with. I also bought a washer and dryer, which was cool. So they got delivered at the same time yesterday or something, which also felt fast. I don't know, maybe I just feel like things like this should take longer, you know? Also, did you see all that? Those 3 blazes drop? But like with fridges, like in my head, it just feels like it should take a week for them to get there. But the next day, they call me up and they're like, yo, we're at your place waiting. Can you open the door? And I was like, oh crap, I thought you would give me a call. I'm like at my other place right now, so I had to drive over. The guy was super nice though, and they installed the fridge. So I now have a fridge. Wowzer, that fridge story took longer than I expected. Let's do a little recap. So I've left the fortress already when we're blinding sub 5, which is very hype. But probably the unique thing about it is for like half of the time I was killing blazes, I didn't put on my fire resistance because I knew I only had 1 fire resistance potion and I wanted to save that for when I come back into the nether, which I think is probably, maybe it wasn't the wise thing, but I didn't take much fire damage, and I have like basically infinite food, 5 golden carrots. My eye measuring is probably a little bit slow. I think that's probably just because I've been messing around with my sensitivity a lot, but up in the top left, we need to go to the coordinates 144, 56 in the nether, and you'll actually notice that I just leave behind my 2 eyes of ender. It's all right. They're not fallen soldiers. They're off chilling in that ocean. They're fine, okay? I have more than enough pearls though, so I'm gonna pearl over to this bastion, which is kind of interesting. You're going in the direction of the bastion, but I guess that is what happens when you have to use your home portal. So all I'm thinking in my head right now is 144 negative 150. I can't. It was like what was it? 144 156, I think. So I throw a pearl here, and I think this is a pretty good pearl. We're like 10 or 20, we're probably like 20 blocks off, so I decided to throw 1 more, and now I'm like, it's literally 10 blocks away. So I'm gonna do a cool little strat with my lava bucket. This just makes you move a little bit faster, because I gotta keep going. Remember, I have 1 fire resistance potion. I don't know how many seconds it has left, but I gotta build my portal quickly, otherwise I'm gonna burn at the bottom of a lava lake in like one of my fastest paces ever. I think, actually, this is probably my fastest stronghold enter. I struggle a little bit to drain this lava thing. I usually don't do it that much. It's funny. I made a lot of mistakes, but I didn't really have nerves at this point. Probably because I don't even think I was looking at my timer. Maybe right about now I looked at it. I'm like, wow, it's 7 minutes, and I'm in the stronghold. That's like actually hype pace. So I decided to go down the center passage. I think this one, oh no, it doesn't even die. Yeah, my stronghold nav was actually good. So that like 5-minute stronghold nav I had earlier got nothing on this. Also due to the fact that like this was probably one of the easiest stronghold navs. But regardless, it's an 8-12 end enter. I'll take that any day of the week, especially because it doesn't even pause the timer when you open your settings. So it would have been like a sub 8 end enter if this was like an actual run. Now, other important thing, when I crafted up all of my wool, this is what's going on in my head right now. I saved 3 string because that's very important. I'm going to be able to make a bow, which allows me to have the dragon perch a bit faster. I mean, you don't normally do this, but since it's ranked, you want to play consistently. Looking back at my bow shots here, like, they're good, but my mouse movement seems a bit shaky. I've been playing around with my sensitivity a lot. I bought, like, another mouse because, like, so the new mouse that I have is, like, cool, but the buttons aren't, you guys don't care. Point is, I've been playing around with my sensitivity a lot, and it's definitely making me speedier, but I'm not quite used to it, and I don't want to overdo it and get used to like insanely fast sensitivity. Cool thing though, the dragon is now perching, which is a very fast dragon perch. It's still like 9 minutes. I don't think I realized this at the time, but I'm like, wow. Let's see if we can 4-bed this. 3 beds, it's gonna need a really good bed. Oh my gosh, I just hit the best bed of my life. A bed, baby, let's go. Let's freaking go, dude. Yeah, baby. I got the sub 10. Yeah, pretty cool day overall. I got a fridge and a sub 10. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.